That tears not only contain 98% water, but also stress hormones when we cry and release
Hmm.
this emotional pain from our bodies. So then we wonder why so many of our boys repress the pain that they feel. And next thing you know, they're doing something that they shouldn't. And so I always try to intersect the two of being the warrior, but also the one who can bring peace. And so when you give men both analogies, give them the warrior, but also the wisdom. Truthfully, we want to win, and we're tired of missing the moment, which is why I wrote this book. So many of us aren't present. We are the wrong man in the moment. When we need to be tender, we're tough. When we need to be patient, we're volatile or dogmatic. And fathers are hurting. I get so many messages and calls from men who are tired of ruining the moment with their children.
Mm.
And then you don't want to live and die with regrets. And so I find it my mission to help men navigate through the pressures of this world, as well as the pressures they face internally without succumbing to it.
You know, I've been a huge fan of yours for going on 7 years now. When I first started watching some of the videos you post online and some of the news broadcasts about your transformative work. But for the person that's listening right now who may be hearing your extraordinarily calming and powerful voice or watching you on YouTube right now, could you just share a little bit about your background and the work that you are doing around the world with young men, with boys?
Sure. The journey started, unfortunately, in my family with trauma. My grandfather was lynched in 1936. And as a result of that, his children, my aunties and uncles, could never release it. It was so much pain. And that was when I saw the effects of intergenerational trauma. From there, my mother's first marriage, I wasn't born yet, but it was very abusive. And she was beaten. Her husband, the father of my brothers, would slap them with the flat sides of butcher knives, shoot guns in the house, and again, punch her like a sack of meat. And in 1973, Mel, my brother Larry, our brother, was murdered. And my mother basically lost the will to live. She would tell me, if I wasn't born, she would have taken her life. And not for the community of people who surrounded her. I don't know if she would have made it out of that. And I wanted to share just that brief story because during that time, my brother and I needed a father, a man to help us navigate through that pain. But unfortunately, as men, especially, from the 1900s on, you're just taught and conditioned to provide and protect. But if you felt weakness, you were considered pusillanimous or weak, lacking courage. And as a result of that, I believe many of us take our lives. We commit suicide 3.5 times as likely as women because there's no room to be human. And so when I started the Cave of Adullam, the martial arts mentoring program, that's what it was when I first started.
So you decided that you wanted to start a martial arts mentoring program.
Yes, to give the boys what I longed to receive from my father. He was in the same city, but wasn't really present in my life. So I always longed to have that man that I could have an allegiance to who would challenge me, but not condemn me. Train me up in the way of manhood, in a way I would become comprehensive and not overly, I guess, callous or trying to be hyper masculine or too sensitive. I wanted the right balance and I was looking for, I guess, comprehensive manhood and didn't find it.